The Beige Flag.
Welcome everyone to the first episode of the Beige Flag. With me, I have our great host, Haley Hartwig.
Hi.
And my name's Adam Tahir. Haley, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
So today's a very interesting day. I don't know how to feel. Because England captain Harry Kane has just joined Bayern Munich. He's England's greatest goal scorer, Tottenham's greatest goal scorer, would have broken Alan Shearer's record. But now he switches England for Germany. Oh sorry, I thought this was about my dating life.
I'm speechless. I also thought this was about your dating life, and I didn't know you were dating all those football players, but...
I wish I was dating all those football players. My life would have been way more interesting.
I think it's pretty interesting as it is.
What do you mean?
I think we should kick it off with what the podcast is actually about. Let's start with last year alone, 2022, because I think after 2022, you did a big audit, right?
We did.
A personal dating audit. And I want to dive into that a little bit. So, for the year 2022, how many dates did you go on?
So between 2021 to the end of 2022, 2021 is when I moved to Seattle. I moved to Seattle seeking a change, and then I was like, okay, this is my dating phase. I've never been single for a long period of time in my life where I could explore and figure out what I wanted. So July of 2021 through December 2022, I went on 113 first dates.
Wow. And how much did that cost you?
On an average, at the end, my bank account needed 40 grand to pay off all those dates. Granted, this is not just paying for the dates. It also took into account the money I was spending on flights, food, entertainment, all of those things. Because sometimes my dates weren't just limited to Washington. They were in New York City, Florida, California multiple times, and they were even in Hawaii.
You went on a date in Hawaii?
Okay, in my defense, it was a 48-hour trip to Hawaii. I was only there filming the vlog, but then I was like, I could be swiping while I'm in Hawaii, why not, right? I could get gold content.
Okay, fair enough. It's a write-off.
Yeah, I don't think it works that way, but...
So, in that year and a half of dating, what was your main goal?
My main goal, two things. One, to figure out what I wanted in a relationship. Two, I needed great content for the vlog.
And how did the vlog work out for you?
It was horrible. I gained 100 subscribers and I had to take money out of my 401k to pay it off.
Well, hopefully it'll work out better with the podcast.
Yeah.
But, okay, going back to these dates, what was the best date you went on?
Is it the best date I ever went on, or is it the best date I ever organized? Because those are two separate ones.
Let's hear both.
Okay, the best date I've been on since the last 2 years, I would say there's two up there. One was a last minute Mariners game. And usually I don't do like a sit down date because then you're like stuck in a date, right? You want a quick, easy flowing date, but at a Mariners date, you're stuck for 2 to 4 hours. And this was before the new rules took place. So it was
like 4 to 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were stuck there, but it worked out great. Same personality, same kind of humor. That was one. The second one...
Wait, so what made it so great? Just because you guys hit it off well?
We hit it off amazingly well. And
at the game.
Yeah, hit it off amazingly well at the game. It was a good thing that we had great seats. I was joking around, being by myself usually, shitting on baseball because I don't understand the concept. And she was nice enough to go along with it. Then we went on 4 more dates after that.
And nothing compared to the first? Did it just go downhill from there, or did something happen?
Nothing really happened. It was the same chemistry throughout those 4 dates, but at the end we realized it wasn't just meant to be. It's like we couldn't picture ourselves getting... There was something missing.
Okay. I like that you knew that after 4 dates and you both called it.
Yeah, we could have gone in 2 years into it and then be like, hey, there's nothing in this.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
And then what was the best date you ever organized?
Oh, the best date I ever organized. This was back in California. This was during the, let's set the scene. It's pandemic, 2020. We're all stuck inside. There's barely anything open. I've been talking to this girl for 2 months at this time. I think because I didn't know myself that well, I thought I was falling in love with her. And I have never met her before. Okay. So, first date, we meet up, it's a quick coffee. Was supposed to last 30 minutes, lasted 6 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. Second date, I'm at work. And then I realized at like 2 p.m., I'm like, okay, I'm done with work basically for the day. I text her what she's doing, and she's like, no, nothing, I'm free. So I'm like, okay. Granted, we live 2 hours away from each other. I'm in Orange County, she's in San Diego. So I text her, drive down 2 hours to go grab lunch with her, dinner with her. And then I drive up, and then again, 6-hour date.
And it's just amazing chemistry.
Amazing chemistry, same humor. So I think this is going amazingly well. And then I organized the actual first date.
So what were those coffee and lunch dates?
I think they were, because I had already said that our first date is gonna be on this date. So these were like things in the moment.
Okay.
So the actual first date comes around. It's jet ski in the morning.
Wow.
Yeah. And then farmer's market after that.
Cute.
Cliff diving after that.
Wow.
Dessert. These giant chocolate chip cookies.
Thanks for clarifying.
Yeah. Amazing. Before the final event, dinner at this club restaurant, pretty cute. And then stargazing.
Wow. And that was as amazing as the other ones? Still flowed the same?
See,
or do you think there was too much pressure?
I feel like there was too much pressure, too much happening, and I was going through a lot personally in my own mental health.
Okay.
So it wasn't the right moment with the person.
Okay. Okay, so that kind of brings us back to now. You've been on all of these dates, you've explored a lot. What do you think you've learned from that? If you could give like the top 3 things you're looking for in a person?
I feel like that's so much pressure to describe a person in 3 things.
Well, not a person, just like what you are looking for.
Have you seen the movie when Harry Met Sally?
Yes.
I want Meg Ryan from that movie. Literally Meg Ryan from that movie. Because here's the thing, she is as a genuine a human being as you can ever have. Right? She is very nice, overall, just cares about other people. But at the same time, she is very headstrong, knows what she wants in life.
Okay, so I'm hearing genuine, driven, determined.
Yeah. And then having someone you can rely on to have banter with, or you can just joke around or talk about anything with.
Okay. So now, going forward in your dating life, are you still going for volume, quantity of dates, or are you looking for a little more quality, trying to find someone? What are your dating goals at this time?
So I thought I was gonna go for quality. So then I stopped dating. I didn't go on a date for about 6 months recently in 2023. I'm not counting.
I'm not sure of the validity of that statement, but we'll go.
Okay, let's say not 6 months. Okay, at least 4 months.
Alright, you can have it.
Right? 4 months. But I wasn't going on serious dates. But then I realized, I did like a date out of the blue. Someone asked me out, sat down for lunch. One mistake, never do a sit down for a first date.
I agree.
And I forgot how to speak English. So I was mumbling the entire date and like looking at my food. So then I realized I have forgotten how to date.
Okay.
So now I'm
Okay.
doing casual dating again to pick those things out.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
But on these casual dates, are you looking for the person or are you just kind of dating to date? Are you looking for a second date?
That's actually a pretty good question. Honestly, I don't know. What do you think? Like, you're obviously dating someone for a period of time now. Like, were you looking for it or no? Or it happened in the moment?
That's a good question. I wasn't looking.
Yeah.
Definitely wasn't looking. But I don't think I've ever been in a phase where I've just dated just to date, just to go on dates. Like, I don't think I've ever just gone on casual dates and not been at least looking to see if I'd want to go on a second date with them.
So, have you just been intentionally dating throughout your life?
I think every time I have gone on a date, it has been intentional, but I haven't dated a ton. I haven't been on a ton of dates. I haven't tried to, I don't know, to like just go on dates just to go on dates, you know? I wasn't always on the apps. Okay, well, if I was.
Yeah.
It was more just for fun. It took a lot to actually get me to go on a date. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you feel like you would have needed a genuine connection with the person to go.
Before I got it. Exactly. Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Okay, so then your current relationship, what made you realize
Realize what?
like, okay, there is genuine connection. I do really like this person. Because before, how many first or like casual dates you were like, okay, I can see something going long term with this?
I think my relationship is another podcast.
That is true. We can save that for another episode.
Yeah.
Okay. But I do have genuine beef with you.
Ooh.
Where I asked you to help me set something up with someone and you flat out declined. And the reason you gave me is that if it doesn't work out, that I will like disappear and you would not have entertainment in your life.
What?
That
Are
was
we
your
talking about the same thing?
Yes. That was your reasoning. Remember, we were there in Idaho last week and I was like, please set this up, please set this up. And you're like, no, because if it doesn't work out, you'll disappear and I'll lose my entertainment.
No. Okay. I'm saying you would never come to the place where we all are. From your own words, you say you're not really looking for anything.
True.
So you're just gonna go on a date with this person,
But what
make
if
it awkward,
But what if it works out?
but you said you're not even looking for it to work out.
But what if like happenstance happens and it works out?
It never happens like that. You don't just fall into something working out.
You did!
No, that's not. No, I didn't just fall into something working out. You have to like put effort into it.
I put an effort in my first date!
You don't put any effort into a second date.
Okay, that's on me. But
Exactly.
But what if the first date works out really well, then I'm like, okay, now I have to force a second date.
Has that ever happened?
Twice.
Okay.
Or 3 times. There was this one date where it went a normal like walk to get ice cream and got back.
Which is his stereotypical first date.
Yeah, obviously I live like 2 blocks away from Salt and Straw, so I might as well go there. Also, it's way cheaper than a first date to take them out to dinner, which if you live in Seattle, you would know is over $200 now.
$200? Tacos Chugis is probably cheaper than Salt and Straw.
Yeah, but who wants to go on a first date to talk to Chukis? Will I get a second date if I go to
Agreed.
talk with you, please?
Agreed. I'm not saying the ice cream is bad. I'm just saying, and at some point you're gonna start running into them.
Yeah, but
Do the people at Salt and Straw know you?
no,
Do they-
but the people at Bolaro knew me that was my date. When I would take them, we would walk from my place to Bolaro, and I would know.
Blotto's Pizza. So it
Blotto's-
was a sit-down dinner. There was a period of time when you did the sit-down dinners.
Yeah, but Bolaro is
Hence
not
the
a.
$40,000 personal loan.
Yes. Well, but Bolaro had this thing where I would walk, and there's like you go in, you put in your order, and it takes 45 minutes for them to prep. And then between we get our pizza, order our pizza, and eat, I can gauge if this is gonna go well or not. But the thing is, the people at Bolaro know me now, know my face. So then that's why we switched to Salt and Straw. Salt and Straw has like so many people coming in, it's always kind of busy.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good way. The other place I go to is Rachel's Ginger Beer.
Okay.
Like same vibe, you can sit down, be quick, and go fast.
For Beige Flag of the Week, we need to hear about your ice cream date of the week.
Oh, my ice cream date of the week. Okay, so I had an ice cream date last night.
New person?
New person.
Okay, how old is she?
I can't remember. In her 20s.
Okay.
From her profile. Okay, funny backstory. We had already talked before. And the reason I know this is when we exchanged numbers, she texted me and our chat popped up.
Oh boy.
And I had to go up, and we had talked back at the beginning of this year. And we had a phone conversation too. She was a recruiter who was reaching out to me.
Not where I thought that one was gonna go, but okay. Alright. A recruiter for a job?
A recruiter for a job, and this was while I was vacationing in New York City. She had reached out to me, and I was like, this is not the right time and everything, and we had gone through, and I was like, oh, maybe someone else would be great for this job. And I think I forwarded that job on to you.
Alright.
So, we go to ice cream, we get ice cream. We're at
Was any comment made about the prior texts?
Of course there was, like we laughed about it. First she was like, I genuinely can't believe this is happening. And then
Was that her first? Did she say it was her first?
She
time
said this was the first time
dating?
happening to her, but I say this is capping.
Probably.
Yeah. And I thought this would be an amazing recruiting idea. You find people on Hinge, people like you recruit for, and be like, hey, I have this job
You
for
can
you.
see their like education, their
Qualification.
current job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can check every single thing out.
Yeah.
And you can like list out any red flags you can find on their profile. You can be like, why this wouldn't be the right person for the job. And so then I went. I generally still up to the last minute of the first date thought this was like a job interview. So I was like on my best behavior for the most of the time.
Wow.
Yeah, and then
Does she have any current roles open?
I don't know, I will have to like check it out
Okay,
with
she
her.
didn't like push anything on you.
She didn't push anything on me and said like, kept on saying this is the first time it happened. I like, wanted to believe her, but it like sounds a bit far-fetched.
Okay.
So we ended up going to Cal Anderson Park, and then we're sitting there and we hear this loud like five bangs go out, and then I see people running away from the park.
What?
Yeah, turns out, and then I'm like, was that a shooting or fireworks happening? And at 7 p.m. I'm like, I don't see anything in the sky, and then I hear cop cars coming in, I hear fire brigades, and I'm like, probably best to leave Cal Anderson Park.
Wow.
Which is, I'm surprised you didn't listen about it because you live 10 minutes from there.
Yeah. I'm shocked that I didn't hear that.
Yeah. So that was a great first date.
Was that the end of the date? Oh, shooting, I guess we better go home.
We went to Rachel's Ginger Beer to continue the date.
Ice cream and Rachel's ginger beer?
Yeah. Because
Is that a common occurrence? The double whammy?
for me, Yes, if I want to continue to learn more about the person, I'll go from ice cream to Rachel's, and then dinner would be my end.
Ice cream, ginger beer, and then dinner.
Yes.
Healthy.
So we finished that up, and whatever. So, and then I walked her back to the light rail, and that was the end of the first date.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be a second first date, but I think that was it.
Okay. So it was a good conversation, but nothing special.
Yeah, nothing coming out of it.
Okay.
But I feel like it's a good way to get myself out there again because cuffing season's upon us.
That's true. So are you looking for someone to enter cuffing season with?
I'm talking to someone. I don't know. I like matched with someone and they live in New York City, so I was wondering if I should fly to New York City for a first date. But then I did the math and it's gonna, with flights, hotels and everything, it's gonna be $2,000.
Yikes.
But we did get our bonuses recently, so.
That's true. Well, I guess we'll have to wait until next week to hear about your decision on that one.
Until next week.
Until next week.
Alright, this is Beige Flag signing off. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching.